Many thought perhaps it was. Alan Roth wrote in a recent CBS MarketWatch blog that until March 9, 2009, when the financial market made a turnaround, he thought that Armageddon was clearly upon us as capitalism was declared dead and buried, with the Great Depression ahead. In his review 1 year later, with U.S. stocks up significantly, he wrote, "Hope has indeed come back in the good times since Armageddon." President Obama adapted the word and dubbed the record snowfalls that crippled Washington, D.C. in early 2010 as Snowmageddon. In the hectic hours leading up to the 2010 vote on the American health care bill, House Minority Leader John Boehner referred to that critical period in American history as Armageddon, concluding that the proposed bill will ruin our country. I chose to use that word in the title of this book because it pictures the catastrophic conditions that will prevail on the earth in the end times, and because many of those conditions are beginning to be visible today. For the past 3 years, I have devoted my study to the identification and understanding of these prophetic attributes. Somewhere in the middle of my investigation, I began to notice a financial thread running through the center of these end-time events, and it wasn't long before I could see how that thread pulled things together. The 10 chapters of this audiobook are about these end-time occurrences and the financial warnings that are pointing us toward the Armageddon of the Bible. While that Armageddon is still in the future, the trembling of our financial foundations is a call for us to awake out of sleep. For now, our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. Romans 13:11. There is something about catastrophes of biblical proportions to which we seem to gravitate. The title of Mark Mooring's article in the March 2010 edition of Christianity Today declared, "It's the end of the world, and we love it." Mooring points out that the growth in theater revenue since the current recession began is not surprising. It follows a trend that began in the hard times of the Great Depression of the 1930s. In 2009, a record $10 billion was spent at the box office, and attendance was up 4.5% despite the record-high unemployment rate, which led to drastic cuts in many other areas of consumer spending. The movies that garnered record attendances included end-of-the-world offerings such as Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen,